Excuse me, I'm trying to fix the mic so we don't have any more delays.
Good tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape, duct tape.
American made. Thank you so much. All right, the next person coming up is going to be Marion Holmes. Marion is an artist and a teacher, and she's right here out of right here out of Raleigh. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The lords of money who toy with money and lives, who make the political class, the press, and the judiciary jump at their demands, who destroy the ecosystems for profit.
Can we raise it up?
The lords of money, who toy with money and lives, and who make the political class, the press, and the judiciary jump at their demands, who destroy the ecosystems for profit, and drain the U.S. Treasury to gamble and speculate, we say to you the word is rebellion. We know you cannot comprehend this word, that you cannot envision a day when you will not be in charge of our lives. But know that the revolution will not stop until the corporate state has been extinguished. It will not stop until there is an end to the corporate abuse of the poor, the working class, the elderly, the sick, children, and those who are being slaughtered by imperial wars and tortured in our black sites. It will not stop until students no longer have to go into debt to be educated, or families plunge into bankruptcy to pay medical bills. It will not stop until the corporate destruction of the ecosystem stops and our relationship to the planet and each other is radically reconfigured. I thought I would start off with something by Chris Hedges because he succinctly states it, and this is a part of a speech that he read in Manhattan at the NYC occupation there. To go on, let me add that it will not stop until the previous administration is held accountable for their war crimes, and until this administration stops assassinating people and labels it justice, or sends drones to kill Americans without due process and without the slightest bit of questioning or self-reflection as to why others in the world despise our imperial intentions. Intentions that are clothed as strategic interest. Truly an emperor with no clothes, for we care only to take the raw materials of the planet and to fuel the unfettered capitalism of the corporate elite. What hours in strategic interest are they talking about? Ours is the occupation that will defy the profit-driven hierarchical structures of corporate capitalism, that would allow some to make $1 million an hour when betting on the imminent misery of others. Ours is the alternative community which we are forming because of the amazing speed with which we can all stand here in this instant and know the many theirs, know the many others in other places, and hear their breathing simultaneously with our own breathing and our own needs for air, and understand as a vital experience that we are all threatened if we do not share all our vital resources. This is our alternative community that moves in real time with real flesh to embrace each other without the fears, filters, lies, labels that others would try to separate us with. We know too much about each other and our world to continue to live as if this were the Dark Ages and the sun did indeed revolve around the earth. Indeed, the printing press has given way to the internet, and not unlike those that emerged from the Dark Ages of one apostolic world controlled by one king in this one apostolic church, we are emerging into a world both instantaneously visual and visceral. This can remove any tyrant from power, and even the corporatocracy that controls our country, and without the slightest bit of remorse sends drones off to bomb and never once considered themselves as perhaps the grandest of all the international terrorists. Yes, the world has changed so much. We know so much about ourselves now than we did, say, 100 years ago. So much less can be concealed. What we are seeing is that 99% of the world is willing to embrace this new world for the sake of the earth and our children ad infinitum. We've reached a point in history where the economic, environmental, and social realities must make no racial or cultural statements of exceptionalism. We and the planet are in this together, and we succeed or perish together. This occupation is to say to those who would maintain the exceptionalism of the past that history is about to explode right past you. One other thing, we do not need the special interest of big media any longer. We are our own network. And though Gil Scott-Heron got it right when he said the revolution will not be televised, he didn't or couldn't see at the time that the revolution would indeed be televised by our own screens. And to end with the last verse of his poem, "The revolution will not be televised." The revolution will not be right back after a message about white tornado, white lightning. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bathroom, a tiger in your tank, or the giant in the toilet bowl. The revolution will not fight the germs that cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.